Today, we've got some huge breaking news to go over from Philadelphia, as ever since the Eagles season came to an end, we've been waiting for this one big piece of news to come out, as after last season, we all knew that Jalen Hurts was set to get a huge contract extension from the Eagles this offseason, but we didn't know when it would be, we didn't know how much it would be for, and we didn't know how it would affect the Eagles in terms of the cap situation moving forward. Well, today, we finally just got word on what the Jalen Hurts contract extension looks like, and I gotta say, it is absolutely huge, and it means everything for the Philadelphia Eagles moving forward, and all those questions have now been answered. And we're going to talk all about that in today's video, but before we do that, make sure you go down and subscribe to this channel for more consistent Philadelphia Eagles content coming throughout this entire offseason and moving into the future. You're not going to want to miss it, so make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications, and drop a like on this video if you do enjoy. And now with all that being said, let's get into this huge video.
You said a little bit ago they probably never wanted to draft me here. Did you mean the front office, the fans? Explain that.
I know, there was a big surprise to many. Big surprise to many. But my favorite verse, I went through a lot of stuff in college, and it kind of stuck with me. John 13:7. You may not know now, but later you'll understand. Hopefully, people understand.
So finally, here we are. Today is the day. All offseason, we've been waiting to hear news on a Jalen Hurts contract extension, and just today, it has officially happened, as Jalen Hurts has been extended by the Philadelphia Eagles, and the deal is absolutely huge. So, according to Adam Schefter, he says, quote, "The Eagles and Jalen Hurts reached an agreement on a 5-year, $255 million extension, including $179.304 million guaranteed per source." Hurts became the highest paid player in NFL history in a deal negotiated by Nicole Lynn of Clutch Sports Group and Eagles general manager Howie Roseman. Now obviously, that's pretty crazy, and the full details of this contract are also pretty insane, as the deal is set to make Jalen Hurts an annual salary of $51 million per year, which is the highest in NFL history, along with $110 million fully guaranteed at signing, also $126.5 million in fully guaranteed money before year 2 of the extension, and $179 million in total guarantees, along with a $23.3 million signing bonus. And in addition, there is a no-trade clause, which is the first no-trade clause in Eagles history, and this contract will keep Jalen Hurts in Philadelphia through the 2028 NFL season. And one thing I find really interesting and exciting about the details of this contract is the no-trade clause, as, that just shows the huge commitment that Jalen Hurts and the Eagles have towards one another. They're going to be together. They're stuck together now until the 2028 NFL season. There is no question Jalen Hurts will be the quarterback of the Eagles for the next 6 seasons. And I think that just shows you how confident the Eagles organization is in Jalen Hurts and how much Jalen Hurts wants to remain in Philadelphia. So I think that's super awesome. And I mean, just talking about the whole contract, it's absolutely insane. Jalen Hurts is now the highest paid player in NFL history. Who would have thought that we'd be saying that at this point just a couple seasons ago, even last offseason? This is absolutely crazy. And obviously there's a lot to unpack regarding this contract extension for Jalen Hurts and whether it's actually a good deal and whether it allows the Eagles for cap flexibility moving forward into the future. But first, I just think we have to congratulate Jalen Hurts because, simply put, he earned this contract extension. He earned every single penny of it. It is very well deserved. Just think about what Jalen Hurts has had to go through his entire football playing career, his entire NFL career, and all the things he's overcome. I mean, being benched in the national championship game, going to Oklahoma, coming into the draft and people doubting him, the Eagles drafting him, and pretty much the vast majority of people, and I'll admit, including myself, thinking that drafting him was a horrible mistake. Starting the last 4 games of his rookie season and not looking particularly great, although it was better than what Wentz was giving them at the time. Heading into the 2021 NFL season with pretty much no one believing that he could be the Eagles starting quarterback moving forward. And through that season, he shocked everyone. He led the Eagles to the playoffs with a roster that was, not exactly the most talented roster in the NFL. And a lot of people thought that that team was going to be in a full rebuild with a new head coach in Nick Sirianni. And of course, no one really believed in Jalen Hurts. He led that team to the playoffs, exceeding all expectations. And then heading into the 2022 NFL season, where there were still plenty of people out there that didn't think Hurts could be the guy for the Eagles moving forward into the future. He came into that season and he proved everyone wrong once again, having an MVP caliber year, guiding the Eagles to the best record in the NFL, winning the NFC East, winning the NFC Conference, and going to the Super Bowl in just his 2nd full season starting. I just think it's absolutely incredible what Jalen Hurts was able to do, especially throughout the course of his entire NFL career, going from the guy that everyone doubted to the guy that's now being paid the most money annually in NFL history. You just love to see it. It's truly remarkable. And you just got to give it up to Jalen Hurts for what he's been able to do. And I'm super excited as an Eagles fan to have him here moving forward into the future for the next 6 seasons as the Eagles starting quarterback. This guy has the potential to be great, and I'm super excited about it. And he definitely deserved this deal. So once again, huge congratulations to Jalen Hurts. Definitely deserved. Now, 5 years, $255 million is obviously a lot of money, and people want to know how much this Jalen Hurts contract extension is going to affect the Eagles' ability to fill out the rest of the roster with talent moving forward into the future, and how negatively it's going to impact the salary cap situation. Well, Ian Rappaport and Tom Pelissero both have the news on that.
He gets paid on this 5-year, $255 million deal. He gets a raise this season that includes a $23.294 million signing bonus. He will make $64 million over the first 2 years. The structure of this also allows the Eagles to keep together the team around him.
There are key pieces, no doubt, that the Philadelphia Eagles want to keep it, and this is a team that they believe can stick together, be kept together for a long time. That's why, you know, when we get down to the nitty-gritty details of this deal, something I know is important to Jalen Hurts, making sure there was a contract that allowed them to still sign some really key guys. Howie Roseman, the general manager, is always active. He is always active, and that's why, you know, doing a 5-year deal helps you spread out the signing bonus, maybe helps deal with the salary cap initially.
I mean, judging by what they said here, I mean, this contract is ideal. This is absolutely perfect for the Eagles moving forward. This was the best case scenario. We knew all offseason that the Eagles and Jalen Hurts were going to try to work something out where he still got his money that he definitely 100% deserves, but also doesn't screw the Eagles in terms of the cap situation, and they're still able to have some flexibility to fill out the rest of the roster with talent. It seems like this contract allows them to do exactly that. Now, I've been calling this for weeks. I knew Jalen Hurts wasn't the type of guy that's just gonna, you know, try to get all the guaranteed money possible and not care at all about how much money the Eagles have then to go pay other positions and make sure that the roster around him was still talented. Because ultimately Jalen Hurts just wants to win, and obviously he understands that he needs help and he needs a good roster around him to make that happen, and that's why he took this deal that has a lot of incentives. The bonuses are spread out, and, you know, obviously not all the money is fully guaranteed. You know, he didn't pull a Deshaun Watson, who signed a 5-year, $230 million fully guaranteed contract with the Cleveland Browns, because, you know, now the Browns are screwed moving into the future. They don't have any money really to pay other positions. This offseason they just restructured it a little bit to give them a little bit more money this season, but now for the next like 3 years or something like that, they're stuck paying Deshaun Watson $60+ million annually. There's just absolutely no way that they have any flexibility moving forward into the future. He's not doing, you know, something like what Lamar Jackson is doing, who right now he wants, you know, around the same thing that Deshaun Watson got. He wants a lot of guaranteed money as well, and that's why you see the situation with him and the Baltimore Ravens playing out the way it is, and there's not really that much interest from that many other teams, at least from what we're hearing, because of the amount of guaranteed money he wants. Jalen Hurts didn't do that, and of course, yeah, Hurts did get a lot of guaranteed money. He got $110 million fully guaranteed, and he had $170 million in total guarantees, but it's nowhere near the $230 million fully guaranteed that Deshaun Watson got. This contract extension from Jalen Hurts is definitely a lot more flexible than that, and it's going to pretty much allow the Eagles to keep their roster and their core intact for seasons to come. Obviously, A.J. Brown's now going to be here for the foreseeable future. They already had him under a pretty big contract, but he had said in an interview earlier this offseason, if they don't extend Hurts, just ship me off wherever you send him. Now he's going to be here pretty much as long as Hurts is going to be here. At least that's what it seems like. You know, they're going to be able to re-sign Devontae Smith when he's up for his payday. Obviously, it's going to be great to have the core of Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, and Devontae Smith intact for years to come. Devontae Smith is becoming one of the best receivers in the NFL, and he's the Eagles wide receiver too. Obviously, a guy like Hassan Reddick, who in a couple years probably is going to have to get another contract extension. They should probably be able to re-sign him. And, you know, those are just a couple examples. There's going to be plenty of other guys in the future that are going to need to be paid, and the Eagles are going to be able to keep them long-term as well because of this contract extension that Jalen Hurts took that allows the Eagles for some flexibility moving forward. And something else that's really important to note about this Jalen Hurts contract extension is that it got done done and negotiated before some of these other top quarterbacks were able to negotiate their contracts with their respective teams this offseason. You know, I think a lot of people look at this Jalen Hurts contract and they just don't really look too in depth into it, and they're like, wow, that's a lot of money, the most in NFL history. That's a little bit of an overpay. I've seen some people say that, and you know, that's obviously without looking into all the details of it. Those people just kind of look and react right away. But if you really think about it, this Jalen Hurts contract could look like somewhat of a bargain in just, you know, a few days, a few weeks. It does, you know, whatever the time frame is, Jalen Hurts probably isn't going to stay the highest paid player in NFL history for a very long time because, you know, there's multiple other quarterbacks that are going to get paid this offseason. You know, Joe Burrow is one of those guys. He's had a lot of success in his first 3 seasons in the league, obviously leading the Bengals to the Super Bowl in his second full season starting, and he's definitely become one of the best quarterbacks in the entire NFL, and he's set to make a lot of money this offseason as well. Justin Herbert from the Los Angeles Chargers, he's set to get a huge contract extension this offseason. He's got a lot of talent, and he's proved to be one of the best quarterbacks in the entire NFL, just like Joe Burrow, just like Jalen Hurts. And then Lamar Jackson, obviously I talked about that situation briefly, but I don't know if this is 100% going to happen this offseason or what team's going to pay him, but at some point he's going to get paid, and it's really important that Jalen Hurts was the first of all these guys to get their contract extension done because the Eagles were able to set the market, and now it's definitely not going to be surprising if, say, Joe Burrow gets extended next week and he's getting paid more money than Jalen Hurts got. That definitely would not be surprising at all, and I honestly think that's probably what's going to end up happening because these quarterbacks are going to see what Jalen Hurts got paid and they're going to be like, well, I'm just as good as him. I want the same amount of money, if not more. So overall, I think this worked out perfectly for the Philadelphia Eagles. Obviously, it worked out perfectly for Jalen Hurts as well. He gets his money. He gets to stay with the team that he was drafted to and that he wants to be with long term. Just everything about this deal should make Eagles fans excited moving forward into the future. Obviously, we all know, like I said, that Jalen Hurts was going to get paid this offseason, and I think that the way this happened and the extension that ended up eventually being negotiated between Hurts and the Eagles, I think was the best case scenario for the Eagles and for Jalen Hurts. I mean, like, just once again, just think about what Jalen Hurts has done. You can't say that he hasn't earned every single penny of this extension. Just go back 2 years ago. Could you have possibly imagined us saying that Jalen Hurts is the highest paid player in NFL history? No, but you can't argue today that he doesn't deserve it. Everything that he's done, everything that he brings to the table, his mindset, his values, his accomplishments on the field, and the potential he has to get even better moving forward into the future, all of that and more allowed Jalen Hurts to get paid what he did, and he's absolutely well deserving of this contract extension. 5 years, $255 million for Jalen Hurts. What do you guys think about this contract extension? I'd love to hear all your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below, and if you did enjoy this video, make sure you drop a like on it, share it to a friend, and make sure you also subscribe to this channel if you like this video and want to see others like it. If you want to watch another Eagles video, you can go watch this one right here, and check out my Sixers hype video right here if you are a Sixers fan. Now, with all that being said, that's pretty much all I got for this one, guys, so thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.